Um, about a half an hour ago, I saw pretty much a narcissist treating uh his child like shit right in front of me. And the narcissist knew I was walking right behind him and he didn't give a fuck. Um, and it eventually led to him spanking the kid like super hard spanking that I thought was excessive. uh like it was a little bit too much, and I'm ashamed of myself that I had the urge to kick his ass, I was going to, like that urge was there, but I didn't, and I didn't even say anything. But in my mind, I'm just like, well, if God didn't care, you know, then why should I care? I mean, it's just like the good old days, when God didn't care about me getting my ass kicked. It was just like I was just a third party this time. It was just like, okay, so God still doesn't care that the kid gets the shit kicked out of him. Glad nothing has changed. Glad nothing has changed. So, um, yeah. So that's so me and God are even. We're even Steven. We're the same in that regard. We just let uh we just let violence on children happen. We just let it happen. We don't care. Uh, I might care more than God because I had the urge to beat the shit out of the guy, and I was. I don't, I really did. I really was gonna beat the shit out of him. Uh, and just be like, do the same shit he was doing to his kid, but to him, making his face all bloody, you know. Uh, because like I thought it was excessive. I thought it was way excessive, for the treatment of that kid. The kid was like 2 years old. It was like a 2 year old, you know, and he's fucking spanking it like insanely hard, like beating the shit out of it, spanking him. And I'm just like, well, I just went about what I was doing, what I was originally doing, and I was just like, well, God still doesn't care, so why should I care? Don't make a judgment on me, fucking. It's just like I'm just glad God hasn't changed in that regard, just like just lets it happen. It's the same shit. Same shit as back in the day, just watching the kid get the shit kicked out of him, just like old times. So yeah, good times. But yeah, I'm ashamed of myself, but oh well, you know. Uh I'm on my own. I don't really trust God to have my back even if things go bad, so why why jump in and do the right thing? You know what I'm saying? Why jump in and do the right thing and risk your own skin that God won't even risk his own skin to protect the kid. God won't even risk his own skin. Uh so it's just like the good old days. God doesn't want to get his hands dirty. God doesn't want to get involved. Uh just like just like back in the day. Child abuse goes strong. Child abuse goes strong to this day. I'm glad God has not changed. I'm glad he just watches it. I'm glad he just watches it, well, just like the good old days. I can't stress that enough. It just reminded me of the good old days when God didn't give a fuck. Just watches these narcs or whatever you want to call them just terrorize children and beat the shit out of them in public, with people watching. They have no boundaries, no shame, no nothing. They'll beat the shit out of a kid right in front of you. They'll beat the shit out of a 2-year-old right in front of you. A narcissist will. They don't give a fuck. Um, Seriously, they don't give a fuck. They're all godless. Uh, Run by devils. You know what I mean? Like they took the Child Abuse Academy, to the T. They took the Child Abuse Academy. They passed. Those demons passed Child Abuse Academy. Trust me. Uh, they're good. um, they're that good. So, anyways, I just wanted to vent that like, I mean, I shouldn't be too mad at myself. Jesus didn't step in to stop it, so why should I feel bad? Jesus didn't step in either. So we're even on that. We're still, we're, I'm, we're still even. You know what I mean? In that respect, just let it happen. And he's even an invisible person. Jesus can fucking stop anything. But he just likes to be incognito. You know. And then people will say, well, Jesus placed you there to do something. I'm like, I don't think so. Maybe to see that he doesn't care, like the good old days. Uh, the 2-year-old's beating wasn't as severe as what I endured, but uh, I'm sure behind closed doors it's severe for that kid. like like what I went through. I'm sure it was a nightmare. I'm sure it was a nightmare for that 2-year-old to at home. When he goes home, I'm sure he's fucking terrorized times a million. Um, and God still won't step in for the kid. Um, but that's just the way things are. You just gotta toughen up. You just gotta take the beating, turn the other cheek until you're pretty much dead. That's God's philosophy. Take the beating, turn the other cheek until you're pretty much dead. That's his philosophy. Doesn't work. You end up in the cemetery. Uh, literally. You have to fight back eventually. Uh, in some way, you know. But if you take the beating, if you take the full force of the full reign of narc abuse, you're gonna end up dead, or worse than dead. If you just take it, you're gonna end up pretty much less than dead, like I was. But God let it happen all the way through. So I thought it was okay. I thought it was normal. I thought these people's crazy behaviors was normal. They were my normal. Their insanity was the normal. Uh, I didn't think there was a sane God out there. I didn't think there was a sane anything out there. No one with a sane mind. I thought God was crazy like them. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. Just ashamed of myself, because I do pride myself. I do think I'm better than Jesus, you know, and the fact that we both didn't step in, I can't claim that anymore. Uh, we're even Steven. You know what I'm saying? We both don't defend the children. We both don't we both don't jump in to stop child abuse. So me and Jesus are even in that regard. So don't judge me. Jesus didn't jump in either. So, but yeah. Anyways, like I always used to say, like, it's pretty easy to be better than Jesus. All you have to do is like not beat your children. I mean, you're better than Jesus if you don't beat your children, you know? but since I watched abuse happen in front of me, I'm like, fuck, I'm kind of like Jesus now. I just watch it. Kind of sucks to be like that. I don't want to be like Jesus in that regard, just watching that shit, and do nothing. I kind of feel shitty that me and Jesus are the same in that respect. Just watch child abuse. We both did nothing. Oh well. That's all I want to say. I'm ashamed of myself. Uh, kind of ashamed. Yeah, I'm ashamed that Jesus didn't jump in either. Uh, that kid's probably ruined. When he grows up, after all the abuse is done, that kid's probably gonna be so fucked up. It's not even funny. So there's another life ruined. If the kid survives, if the kid doesn't kill himself when he's in his teenage years, um, you know, um, yeah, if the kid even survives, um, so yeah. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Later.